Hello everyone, it is Thursday night and we are cooking up some chimichurri chicken sandwiches today. So just last week at the 1st of March, Favorite Chef introduced this amazing chimichurri new seasoning. Really excited to give it a go today in these chimichurri chicken sandwiches. So first we're going to sort of bloom the seasoning, and to do that we're going to add 3 tablespoons of this lovely seasoning. 2, 3. So this is going to act as a marinade as well as a sauce for our sandwiches as well. So to this, I'm going to add a tablespoon and a half of water. Just grab. So we'll sort of guesstimate what a tablespoon and a half is. I'm just going to create sort of a little bit of a paste, if you will, in our seasoning here. Let's see. And we'll get this seasoning sort of activated, if you will. There we go. It smells amazing. It absolutely smells amazing. All right, so while this is hanging out, let me kind of walk you through what we're going to be up to. So we're going to grill the chicken. Now you can use chicken breast for this. As a matter of fact, at Publix right now, if you're in the Florida, Georgia area, at least here around where I am in Gainesville, chicken breasts are on sale for buy one, get one free. So, but I had chicken thighs, so I got some lovely chicken thighs here. And that's what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to grill these over here on my grill. Now, I did remember last time I grilled with you guys, I had completely forgotten how to use this thing. It's been a little while since I used the probe. Because if I'm not live, I'm usually paying a little bit more attention when I'm cooking. But remember, I had to pull out the trusty instruction manual. But, you know, pampered, not perfect. So we've got our probe here. And this actually comes with the grill and griddle. So I've got my grill plates in here, and we're going to use the probe. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in. And we are going to cook our chicken to about 150. And then, of course, it'll carry over cook while we finish everything up. All right, so what we want to do is get the probe, and we're going to cook it at 400. That's fine. Make sure that probe is in there good. All right, and then we'll hit the probe button, and that is perfect. Come on, you. Sorry, wrong button. There we go, probe. And it defaults to 140, so we're going to spin that up to 150. Hit start. Now it is preheating to 100. No, I'm sorry. It's preheating to 400 degrees. And we've got our probe that will stick in our fattest chicken thigh, and that will keep our temperature right where we want it. So we'll put this over to the side. That is good. I've got some arugula here that I have washed and rinsed, and it's hanging out. That is going to go on our sandwiches. We've also got some roasted bell peppers. And for these, we're just going to slice them up and put them on the sandwich. I've got some hoagies. You could use like one long French loaf. That is really sexy if you're going to do it at like a dinner party or something like that. But I just grabbed these. Just for us, it's just easier that way. All right. So let's finish making this marinade slash sauce situation. Oh, and provolone cheese. You gotta put some provolone on there. All right. So to go into the rest of this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of oil. And I love this little guy. Really cute. So 1/4 cup of oil, which is 4 tablespoons. Pop that in. We're also going to add 3/4 of a cup of mayo. So for that, using my measure all, so I'll pull this down to my 3/4 of a cup is right here. So I pull that down and out. I just fill this up, and that's my 3/4 of a cup. So I hope I got 3/4. I think I do. It'll be all good. Alrighty. So, do you guys cook with chimichurri? Hey, Miss Carolyn, how are you? Do you guys ever cook with chimichurri? I love it on steaks. It's amazing on steaks, but I usually just make it from scratch. So this is like the first time I'm using the Pampered Chef seasoning, so I'm really excited to see how it compares flavor-wise to taking the time to make it from scratch. But chimichurri, in case you guys aren't familiar with it, I mean, you probably have seen it again with like steaks, you know, if you go to like those Brazilian or Argentinian restaurants. And you probably see it. It's like a herby kind of a sauce. Some might think it's like more close to basil, but basil has nuts in it. This is more just like herbs. Probably closer to like a gremolata. Or like a gremolata, you would use lemon juice as your acid. With a chimichurri, you're using like our red wine vinegar. So it just kind of gives it a different flavor profile. You've got parsley in here. There's oregano. There's red pepper flake. If you want to make it a little bit spicy, you could do that. Garlic, of course. Gotta have the garlic. And all that in here. And it really smells amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. So I'm really, really excited to see how this is going to turn out. Alrighty. So, well, before I get rid of that, into the bowl, we're going to add that mayonnaise. Now, we're using this as a sauce, but we're actually going to put it on the chicken as well. I don't know, have you guys ever made like grilled cheese sandwiches where you use mayonnaise on the outside instead of butter? It brings out this whole different flavor in the sandwich. It's really, really good. You know, there's fat in there. There's all of that like Dijon, hint of Dijon flavor. Plus, of course, it makes it nice and non-stick. So it doesn't stick to, so the chicken, or in the case of grilled cheese sandwiches, doesn't stick to the grill. In our case, it's going to add some moisture. It's going to make sure that I'm getting ahead of myself. My brain's running faster than my mouth. The mayonnaise adding moisture, especially if you're going to be using chicken breast for this, is going to be that added bonus to make sure your chicken breasts don't dry out. But it's also going to help, because mayonnaise has a lot of fat in it, it's going to help it not stick to the grill as well. And of course, it's going to help our seasoning stick to the chicken. So it's pulling all kinds of double, triple duty here, this mayonnaise. All right, so we've got the mayonnaise, the oil in here. We're going to add just a touch of salt, not much, because I think mayonnaise is already plenty salty. And mix that up in there really good. Beautiful. Now our grill just beeped, so it is ready to go. So I'm going to add a little bit of this seasoning here. I want to keep probably about 1/2 cup or so for my sandwiches. And I'm using my little prep bowl here because on the side the measure marks are etched. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. The measure marks are etched in there. So I know how much I've got. And that looks about as close as perfect is going to get today. I'll leave that there. And the rest of this is going to go on my chicken. There we go. And I'm just going to toss it around in here. I'm going to keep it rustic. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to do this nice and quick and easy. That's what these dinners and these meals are all about. Quick and easy. Get dinner on the table in 30 minutes or less. I am all about that. All right. Let's see. Get our tongs here and just toss it around. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. We're coming. All right. Get the chicken nice and coated. Beautiful. All right. So this comes up. There we go. And we'll put our chicken on here. Now the chicken thighs, they have been kind of hanging out for a little while, so I don't think it's going to take them a really long time to get done. And I'll make sure my thickest chicken piece goes on the side, so it will be the one that the probe goes in. I think that's going to be this guy right here. Let me get him really sauced up before he goes on the grill. There's some little pieces in there too. There we go. Beautiful. And I'll put that probe right there in the thickest part of that chicken and close the lid. And hit the button. And now the grill is monitoring my chicken temperature as it cooks. So again, if this is your first time joining me, you may not have heard me say this, but when you're wanting to perfectly cook a protein, you're looking to cook it to a perfect temperature, not time. Time has nothing to do with it. It's actually relative to how high your temperature is. You know, if you're cooking at 350 versus 450, time is just going to be variable, you know, based on that. So when you have, when you're wanting to cook chicken, beef, anything, make sure that you have a handy meat thermometer. If there's not one like built into your grill like this, you can have one, and this is just stuck to the side of my fridge at all times. It has a probe that I was mistaking last week, like this, that you can plug into the top here. So if I wanted to like roast, when I'm roasting my turkey on Thanksgiving or any kind of roast or something that I have in the oven, I put the probe in, this goes into the turkey goes in the oven, and this hangs outside my oven, and it's actually magnetic, so it just sticks right there to make sure that my checking on the temperature of the turkey that's inside. But if I'm cooking on the stove top, it also has a little probe that pulls out like this that I can use just to monitor stuff when I'm just cooking on the stove top. So it's very, very handy, and that is like the #1 product that I always recommend people to have, especially around the holidays. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the sink real quick. There we go. Alrighty. So while we wait for our chicken to get done, I am going to grab my insulated bowl so that I have something to put my chicken in when it comes on the stove. There we go. And this is the smallest one. I don't have a ton of chicken on there, so this here will get the job done for sure. So let me get my bread sliced up, and we've also got some red bell peppers that I'm going to slice up as well. What's the sauce? Okay, it is a chimichurri sauce actually. It's the new chimichurri seasoning. I added 3 tablespoons of the chimichurri seasoning a tablespoon and a half of water, 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and 3/4 of a cup of mayo. Mix that all up together. Half of it here is going on my sandwiches. The other half I use to marinate the chicken with, and it's done already. Which almost seems impossible, but chicken thighs, like I said, they were hanging out on the countertop for about 45 minutes. So they were really close to room temp when we started, and yeah, they're pretty well done. So we'll speed this along, shall we? All right, for the bread, now you could toast this if you wanted to. Probably could have done that before I put them on the thing there, but you don't have to. As a matter of fact, what we will do is we will warm them up. I'm not going to toast them, but we will warm them up. And I'm going to use my tortilla warmer for that. All right, so I'll stick my buns in here. I'm going to go ahead and pre-slice them. That way I don't have to try and slice them when they're piping hot coming out of my bag here. There we go. And that. And they just nestle right in here. Okay, 2, 3 might be too many, but 2 is perfect. You pop that in there. I'm going to put it on for 20 seconds. Should be plenty. And that will get them nice and toasty. Okay, so I'm just actually, now that I think about it, I was going to toast the bread on the grill, but I probably should have done that ahead of time because there's lots of sauce and liquid on there, and that's just going to make my bread soggy before it'll get toasty. It's a lot. Again, because I use chicken thighs, there's a lot of fat that's just kind of coming out of those, but all of these are perfect. These are perfect. Nice warm baguettes here. And that goes right in. 20 seconds. That's all you need. Alrighty. So while those finish up, let me get my platter here. Alright. Can you guys still see that? I moved that there. I'll move the camera down a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better what I got going on here. Alright. Put our baguettes there. I told you guys this was going to be a quick one tonight. Alright. And this guy, I have had him for years and years and years, and he still works perfectly. If he starts to get a little funky looking, I just throw him in my washing machine without any fabric softener. No fabric softener. But he's perfect. He's perfect. I love this. And this is technically a tortilla warmer, but as you can see, it's great for warming up buns, hoagie rolls. I use them for my hot dog, my hamburger buns to make them nice and soft. It keeps warm my pancakes, waffles. If I'm doing waffles in the morning, I can just stick them right in here and warm them up. Because if you just stick something in the microwave, it gets weird. It gets kind of soft, but then it gets hard, and it gets weird in the microwave. But this keeps them nice and soft and fantastic. So it's really, really good, handy thing to have there. Not just for tortillas. Don't let the name fool you. All right. Now we've got some roasted red peppers here. And for these, I'm just going to slice them up. Now, if by chance you can't find them, they're not in the canned vegetable section, at least not at my supermarket. I found them in where the pickles are. So if you can't find them in the canned vegetable section, go look at where the pickles are, the condiments, and you might find them there. But if you're not a big fan of red bell pepper, roasted bell peppers, you could use tomatoes here. Would work just as good. It's just adding a little bit of moisture, a little bit of flavor. The bell peppers are not spicy peppers. Trust me, I would not steer you wrong here. They're not spicy. They're really sweet, and add some really great flavor to your sandwich, I think. It's going to be good. So I'm going to slice this just to make it easier to put on the sandwich. I got some good slices. All right. Let's check on the chicken. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful grill marks. Everything looks fantastic. Okay. Loving it. All right. So we'll pick this hoagie roll since it was on the front. We're going to spread some of this chimichurri mayonnaise. As fancy people would call it, an aioli. Spread that on there. And you guys, if you know someone who's looking for a quick and easy recipe, tag them in this video. Let them know where they can find me. I'm going to be here every Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Bringing to you some really delicious recipes. So we got our chimichurri sauce on there. That looks fantastic. All right, we're gonna grab our provolone cheese as well. Come on. Open sesame. All right. And we'll slice that as well. That'll make it easier. Put on the sandwich. There we go. And let's grab the chicken. Actually, I may not even need to cut that one. I think that one fits on there just fine. And we'll grab some of these little guys off of here. It's not too hot. There we go. Looks so good. Yeah, and it smells amazing in here. So I have to just try a little piece. Yes, 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 yes. Everything about that, yes. We'll add our tomatoes. Not tomatoes. Roasted bell peppers. There we go. And some arugula. For a little bit of crunch, a little bit of color. There we go. How does that look? Pretty impressive. It looks, and it smells amazing. So I have to try a bite of this. Oh man, that chimichurri. Oh, I love the flavor. And it just comes right up from the chicken, from the mayonnaise. It's got this herbaceous, little garlicky, little tangy. So good. The roasted red peppers, adding in that moisture. There's a little bit of sweetness there too. So good. So good. Yeah, this is going to be a new favorite sandwich, you guys. You could add on here some avocado if you wanted to. I think that would be really good. It would add just another creamy element and kind of cool it a little bit. But so good. Just with this. Amazing. Amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you decide that you want to try this, you know, grab that chimichurri seasoning that we've got. Whip this up in your kitchen. I mean, I was talking to camera. We're like 20 minutes in and got it all done. So good. It is definitely worth giving a try, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you know someone who is looking, again, for quick and easy recipes, you know where to find me. All of the products you saw me use today are Pampered Chef products. If you'd like to get your hands on them, let me know and I can help you do that. And you guys, stick around. Next week, we're going to do a panzanella salad, okay? That's like an Italian bread salad. And this one's going to be a cook-along. So I'm going to post the recipe ahead of time so you guys can grab the ingredients and cook along with me. And that's happening next week at 6 o'clock. So if you're not following my page, follow Joy's Kitchen Fixins, and I will have an event created in there. We'll have the recipe, and you guys will be able to check that out and follow along, cook along with me, okay? So I will see you right by here next week at 6 o'clock. Until then, have a blessed week. Bye.